Hey, what's going on, guys? John here. What's up? What is up?
Meat of the matter.
Hey, guys, what's going on? It's John here. Hey, welcome to the channel. We're going to talk about some things. Welcome to Meat of the Matter. You know, that's one hell of a name. I got to admit, I'm just still in awe over it. Okay. Um, so basically, I got a couple topics to talk about. We're going to get through those, and then we're just going to move right on into maybe a UFO clip. Stay tuned. Hey guys, this first topic we're gonna just hit up some daily kind of news, weekly news, whatever you want to call it. We're gonna talk a little bit about SpaceX. I don't know if you've kept up with the current news, but they're gonna be doing a launch here on Wednesday, so you guys might want to tune into that. Check it out. There's a couple of astronauts that are friends. Basically, they're gonna ride along this first time ever SpaceX rocket. It's the first time that they're gonna have humans on a actual rocket launch with SpaceX. Typically, they would be going with the Russians, costing us probably millions of dollars. Really expensive route. So they figured it'd probably be better just to be a little bit more self-sufficient in launching our own people with our own craft. Because as we know, NASA, they never have the damn money. So it's just kind of one of those things. What made it better for them is, hey, they're friends, and this is going to be kind of a new milestone and turning point in the future of getting out into space, shall we? Be sure to check that one out, guys. Should be 4:30 Eastern time. I think they're going to be launching from the Kennedy Space Station. So I think that'd be cool for the whole family, especially those of you who are interested in space and checking out the happenings and what's going on. Just a cool thing to watch, and make sure they get up there safely and dock the ISS, and should be good times. So do you guys think we're going to actually win that space race? Guess we'll have to stay tuned. All right, guys. So I want to kind of jump topics a little bit. I'm already starting to get a couple comments in my my feed here on my channel. So a good one to start talking about is it's been talked about many of times is the Apollo 11 mission. Was the moon landing legit or not? A lot of people think that it was a well orthodox planned hoax. They basically filmed everything over in the desert, and put all these special effects on it, and lo and behold, people saw some glitches in the cover-up. There were no stars in the sky. It was pitch black, and things like that. And just some of the movement, the way the flag was, there should have been no wind, things like that. So what are your guys' thoughts on that? I mean, did it happen or did it not happen? There's probably more things on it being fake than there are real. Personally, my heart wants to say yes, it did happen. However, there's so much crap out there that we're filling our heads with. Did 9/11 happen? Did they really crash into the World Trade Centers, or did they set off some bombs and made it look like a plane crashed into it? I mean, special effects, right? I mean, who knows? But back when America was really big on togetherness and supporting one another and breakthroughs. We were a really tight-knit country back then, guys. That was a big moment in history in 1969 when those two landed on the moon, okay? For them to cover that up because their hearts were broken because they had a malfunction that they just couldn't get there kind of baffles me a little bit. Anything's possible, but until you prove me otherwise, I mean, it's just like fake UFO channels. You can put a fake UFO up all day. I mean, people are going to believe it and some people aren't. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same concept. It is what it is. So, but I do have one potential candidate that could back up the fake moon landing theory. Oh, somebody did say another reason why they didn't want to send them up there is because of radiation. The radiation levels were too dangerous, or maybe that's why we've never gone back to the moon. Okay, anything's possible. Obviously, you're going to be more exposed to higher solar radiation when you're out there in space anyway. You're freaking closer to the sun, right? And you're not shielded by our protective layer on Earth, okay? The stratospheres and whatnot. So, but what I will tell you is this. I think I said it on my video yesterday. Is this person that called me? He said he worked on the Apollo missions. He's in his 70s, okay? It's not very often you get a random phone call out here in North Carolina from Arizona of a guy saying, hey, I saw that you switched over to space videos, and yeah, I worked on the Apollo missions, and like I told you guys, that was really cool, right? So I asked him like what he did. He said he worked on the communications piece, and then lo and behold, I straight out asked him. I said, sir, did you guys go to the moon? And he said, hands down, absolutely. Yeah, he just couldn't even believe that people thought otherwise. So that could be a reputable resource. Is he a person just talking in his 70s, going senile, losing his mind? He sounded like he was pretty with it. Okay, he didn't even sound like he was in his 70s, even because originally he was following me on my rural internet videos. Okay, so a guy in his 70s, and he's texting me and calling me like, man, I got parents that barely know how to text. Okay, so that's just something to keep in mind, you guys. If you want to say that the moon landings were fake, I got a guy that says otherwise because he worked on them. He knows the communications is a big piece when it comes to the whole space scheme. So what I will say is, you know, you got to go with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to go with it. He is at least a, you know, I guess you would call him a witness, accomplice, however you want to classify him, as part of the Apollo, you know, team, so to speak. Okay, which is not every day you get somebody that calls you from the Apollo team, right? But yeah, so we'll take a quick little look-see at some of these theories on the fake moon landing. We won't like spend all day staring at it, but just so you all know, stay tuned. Okay, you guys, so it's going to be just like, you know, when you're back in school, you know, we watch a little clip and then we talk about it. Check this out.
NASA was well aware that there's, of course, no wind on the moon. There's no way to naturally make it sort of fly as you'd expect a flag to be. So instead, they created this mechanism that would keep the flag unfurled even without that wind, keep it sort of outstretched. Unfortunately, as the astronauts were installing it, the mechanism got a little bit jammed before it was completely unfurled all the way. So this means that the flag does have sort of a permanent ripple in it, a ripple that doesn't move, doesn't change, but it is always there. Additionally to this, when those astronauts were originally installing that flag, as they knocked the flag, that caused that momentum, caused that flag to look like it was moving a little bit, even though there was, again, no wind. So there is a very great amount of dangerous radiation trapped by the Earth's magnetic field and what we call those Van Allen belts. But the spacecraft that took those Apollo 11 astronauts out through that Van Allen belt was flying at a very high speed, meaning that they were only exposed to that radiation for a very short amount of time. A short enough amount of time that literally the spacecraft walls themselves were enough to protect them from that radiation. So you can actually see the same effect of this if you try and take a picture of the night sky with your own smartphone at home. You'll find that you just get a picture of complete blackness, because in reality, if you wanted to take a picture of those stars, you'd have to use an exposure time of a good few seconds, maybe even a couple of minutes to get all those stars in view. The moon's surface itself is very bumpy, very lumpy, lots of craters and mountains, things like that. So the sun, when it bounces off that surface of the moon, it can sometimes bounce off in a few different directions caused by all those uneven surfaces. And this makes some of those shadows look like they're coming from perhaps different directions that you're not expecting. Additionally to this, there is actually a little bit of light that we receive on the moon from the Earth itself. Some of the sun's light will bounce off all those blue oceans, and that will cause something called Earthshine, which also illuminates the moon a little bit from another direction.
Okay, so that was some bad audio. We're gonna work out the bugs, guys. But hey, kind of spacey, right? Figure I'll leave it. So you guys get the point. Some things are possibly true, some things not. Maybe some things are debunked, talking about the different angles and capture time to see the stars, the lighting, all that stuff comes into play, because sometimes when we look up, we don't necessarily see stars right away either, with our cameras anyway. So you guys, tell me what you guys think about it all in the comments. If you've got extra intel that you'd love to add to this, maybe your own theory on the moon landing, hey, by all means, bring it up, okay? All right, guys. Now time to get to pretty much the meat of the matter. We're gonna take a look at a couple clips, and you guys need to make sure you're sending me some stuff to mysterymatterufo@gmail.com. Okay, just how it's spelled, all one word. And we're gonna try to get your stuff up. We're gonna talk on it, and we're gonna perfect this video making stuff, and hopefully we'll get right on track, okay? I'm working with what I got. Not too bad for a first time rodeo, right? All right, cool. You know, one thing to keep in mind is that we're a speck alone in the universe, so we can't be the only thing that life cooked up. You know what I'm saying? In this forever expanding universe. It's growing, new galaxies are being born. Between the Kepler and the Hubble telescopes, we have found thousands of planets, and you can't tell me that there's not one other, or two other, or 10 other Earth-like planets out there. So when you come to this channel, keep an open mind, guys. Comment, like, what are your thoughts? Where are they at? Are they over at Centauri? Where are they hiding? Maybe they're right underneath our noses. Maybe they're already walking amongst us. Maybe they're trying to tell us something. Who knows? All I know is we could be a primitive species here on this planet, and there could be a whole plethora of other ones out there waiting to be found. And it's just a matter of time. But the UFO and the communities out there that support this kind of stuff. What are your thoughts on this thing? This has been irking me for a minute. Is that 3 balloons? Because just by looking at it, if you look, it's really, it's like floating around, kind of like balloons. So we get a lot of this stuff out there that's just kind of mind-boggling. But then again, it's like spinning and transforming itself in and out. It's really hard to tell, guys. Still kind of triangular in shape, which is a very common thing with craft. What are your guys' thoughts on something like this? It's pretty mysterious, actually. So apparently CBS News reported on this. So we're going to just kind of go on here and show some random stuff. You can call this UFO clip 1 if you want. But until you guys submit me some stuff, I got to have some stuff to show you guys. It was very fascinating. Very fascinating. What are your thoughts? So we get a lot of these. I can't find the one. I'm going to have to do some more research. ISS video footage of potential UFOs. But the ISS has a habit of cutting out the feed and going black or gray screen once it stumbles upon something like this. And most of the people are finding these because they are watching the live stream and they have it recording and they're able to play it back. Like, why are they cutting out these feeds? Why are they cutting these objects out? What are they trying to hide? You know? So it's these ISS. There's tons of activity up there, guys. Tons of them. Okay, everyone. So, you know, upon doing a little research, it's hard to find anything out there. All the NASA feed live streams that had the UFOs. Good luck trying to find them. That should be an indicator about something. Why would they try to hide it, cover it up? Why are all the videos gone that everybody was raving about a few years back? It's no wonder why they took, you know, Tyler off of Secure Team 10, because I mean, that guy got a lot of shit. So it's going to be trial and error, guys. We need some new stuff. There is a lot of stuff out there. I mean, I'm going to keep my eyes open too. You know, we got to come together in the community, man, and just see what we can find and we can put out there. Make this channel interesting, okay? But it's up to you guys, okay? Bring me your stuff. Bring me your thoughts. Leave some feedback how the channel could be a little bit better. This was very time consuming in just a short amount of time, but I'm going to get it better. We're going to dial it in. We'll try to do maybe once a week, and we'll just rock and roll with it. But I really appreciate y'all coming in and taking the time to check us out. And hey guys, stay tuned. More to come. Be safe.